Please subscribe to my channel Think Deep and hit the bell icon for more updates.
In late 2017, Reed Hastings, the co-founder of Netflix, came all the way to Mumbai to sign an exclusive deal with Shah Rukh Khan. And after the success of the Indian web series Sacred Games, Mr. Khan and Reed Hastings wanted to do something different. And that's how the web series Bard of Blood came to life. Mr. Hastings wanted Shah Rukh Khan to be a part of Bard of Blood as an actor, but Mr. Khan decided to produce rather than act. The web series Bard of Blood is based on a 2015 novel by a 20-year-old writer Bilal Siddiqui, who has been an assistant of the great writer Hussain Zaidi. So finally, the web series Bard of Blood is out and is streaming on Netflix, all 7 episodes. So let's find out the most awaited web series Bard of Blood, whether it's worth the watch or you can just give it a miss.
मेरा नाम तो पता है, मेरा काम नहीं पता है.
Hi everyone, this is Deep Basu and welcome to my channel Think Deep. Today I'm going to review Bard of Blood Season 1. Let's find out. Well, after watching both these web series, Sacred Games and Bard of Blood, one common thing which I've noticed is the character sketch of the main protagonist. Like if you watch Sacred Games, Sartaj is also an underdog. He's trying to seek redemption. Even in Bard of Blood, Emraan Hashmi's character Adon is also seeking for redemption. Both of them get an unexpected opportunity in how they push their envelope and fulfill the mission. So this is becoming a favorite theme for Netflix if you have to compare both these web series, Sacred Games as well as Bard of Blood. The story of Bard of Blood is not very different from the novel. The story revolves around Kabir Anand, codenamed Adonis, played by Emraan Hashmi, who is a disgraced Indian spy and now teaches Shakespeare to school students. A mission he was involved 5 years ago and failed, killing his best friend Vikramjit. And since then, he is plagued by guilt and remorse. He gets his chance to seek redemption from his former boss, Sadiq Sheikh, who calls him back to rescue 4 Indian agents kidnapped by Taliban in Balochistan. Sadiq Sheikh decides to form a team. He chooses Isha Khanna, played by Shobita Dhulopale, an analyst vying for field position, to be a part of his team. Kabir Anand and Isha Khanna rope in Veer, played by the talented Vinny Singh, who is spending the last 7 years in Balochistan and has been ignored by the intelligence agency. The main antagonist of the film is played by the super talented Jaideep Ahlawat, who plays the character Tanveer Shehzad, a Pakistani spy who finds himself entangled with Kabir once again after many years, after being part of the incident which had ruined Kabir's career and also had murdered his friend. As well, as you know, all my reviews are spoiler free, so I won't give out much details of the story. Now the rest of the story you need to watch and find out whether Kabir Anand seeks redemption. Is he able to catch Tanveer Shehzad? What does Isha Khanna do? And will Veer, played by Vinny Singh, be able to go home after 7 years? What really happens? You need to watch and find out. Other cast members include Kirti Kulari, who plays the character Jannat. She is basically Hashmi's former girlfriend. While Bard of Blood has a list of talented actors, the weak script and writing basically plays the spoil sport. Frankly speaking, the first 3, 4, 5 episodes are very boring and slow. Your mind will start getting diverted. You will start, checking your cell phones. You'll start checking your messages. It's not that intriguing. It will fail to captivate you. If you remember Sacred Games, like first season was very captivating. But Bard of Blood, the first 4, 5 episodes will not captivate you, keep you hooked. I'm sure people will tend to fast forward the first 4, 5 episodes. Basically, the thrill begins in the last 3 episodes, and Emraan Hashmi is about to catch Jaideep Ahlawat. And the elements of betrayal, thrill, that only happens in the last 3 episodes. The book Bard of the Blood is known for its detailing, but the web series looks very contrived. The writers had to fit this story in 7 episodes. I don't know why they had to do that. So was it part of the contract, or I'm sure they should have at least, increase it to 10, 12, at least 15 episodes. At least the detailing would have been better. Recently a web series was launched called The Family Man that also dealt with terrorism, geopolitical scenario, Balochistan, all these stuff. So even when you watch Bard of Blood, you will definitely, sometimes you will definitely recall The Family Man. Jihad, terrorism, mulk, and all these kind of stuff is becoming very common. That's one reason Bard of Blood definitely becomes very boring and very slow. If you talk about the performances, Emraan Hashmi as Adonis and Kabir Anand was just about okay. Well, I don't find Imran Hashmi as a very versatile actor. I find him same in every film. I do feel Imran needs to push his envelope. Shobita is a good actor. She looks good. She has a good screen presence. But her character, Isha Khanna, was not well etched out. On one hand, she seems to be an expert analyst. But she looks very confused. She hardly can pick up a gun, and most of the scenes she looks very weak. Doesn't appear to be that strong. Two actors who really stand out is Vineet Kumar Singh, who plays Veer, and Jaideep Alawat, who's the main antagonist of the film. Both of them stand out. I think Jaideep is a very underrated actor. We hardly get to see him. Trust me, Jaideep has killed it. Kriti Kulhari as Jannat looked beautiful, simple. She did a great job. Her acting was quite balanced. I would have loved to see her more. She's hardly there in 3-4 episodes. Rajat Kapoor, Shishir Sharma performed the way you always expect them to. Nothing more, nothing less. By the way, let me give you an interesting insight. Since the story is based in Balochistan, this film is not shot in Balochistan. Makers have somewhat cinematically cheated. They shot, the locations are Leh, Ladakh, and Rajasthan. Can you beat that? The credit definitely goes to the DOP Chirantan Bhatt, who very beautifully portrays the barrenness of Leh Ladakh and makes it look like Balochistan. The cinematography, the action sequences, the VFX definitely stand out and are definitely praiseworthy. Apart from that, overall, Bard Blood as a web series plays very safe and sticks to the cliche. Any scenes and dialogues are pretty unconvincing. There's a lot of talking rather than action. Few sequences look very loud, like people talking Kushamdeen, Allah ne maaf kiya. I find these dialogues very loud, very cliche. Means do people really talk like that in Afghanistan or Balochistan? I really don't know. And it sounds like if you have seen the movies like Fiza of Hrithik Roshan, this kind of treatment in dialogues have always been shown. None of Bollywood films have given us a different take, and Bard Blood is no different. That's one reason Bard Blood fails to impress. Lastly, a special mention goes to Soham Shah, who plays Imran Hashmi's best friend Vikramjit. You hardly get to see him, so I would love to see him more, and I hope I get to see him more. I won't give out much detail. The last episode of Bard Blood basically stops at a cliffhanger, and definitely a season 2 is coming up. But unfortunately, I didn't quite enjoy watching the season 1. I am not very sure if I would love to watch season 2. So Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, a humble request to you. I hope the second season of Bard Blood is much better than the first and brings about a smarter script. Because trust me, it's a good plot. It's a good story. It just requires smart writing. Lastly, I would like to talk about the director, Ribu Dasgupta. Ribu Dasgupta has been in the scene for quite some time. His debut film was Michael, which has not released. His second film was Team. If you remember, it was produced by Sujoy Ghosh, starring Vidya Balan, Nawaz, and Amitabh Bachchan. Ribu is not a bad director. He knows his craft. Making a web series like Bard Blood is not easy. Since he's also a writer, I really want Ribu to spend a little more time on the script. So next season is much, much better than the season 1. Friends, finally I end my review of Bard Blood, season 1. If you're an Imran Hashmi fan, please watch it. If you have read the book and loved the book, you might not like this cinematic version. If you have better things to do this weekend, you can give this a miss. And if you have not watched Family Man, please watch Family Man. So friends, I sign off. This is Deep Basu, and please subscribe to my channel Think Deep for more updates. You can also get in touch with me on Instagram. My handle is Deep Basu. On Twitter, Deep Basu1. And of course my channel, YouTube, Think Deep Basu.